What back to the channel? Tab right the Urban Legend Season 1, Episode 1. And yeah, before I get into this, I just want to say please have a follow button, hit thumbs up, it'll help short channel. And check out my videos. Now let's check this out.
You are about to enter the world.
You know what? I'm going to admit this right now. I watched this maybe back in the 90s, early 2000s. Whenever this came out, I watched it. It was amazing. Well, you'll see. I can't post the titles, the name of the episodes. And, well, you know what? I'm going to post one episode, see if it gets posted. If it's not, it's going on Patreon. And Patreon can let me have this. So, let's check this out.
Of urban legends, where fact is often stranger than fiction.
Look.
Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between truth and urban legend.
Man, we gotta have some fun here.
On Urban Legends, we bring you 3 remarkable tales.
Here we go.
2 are just urban myths, but one story actually happened.
See? 2 stories that happened, one's a myth. Which one do you think is wrong? I say the one that's shooting his gun off at the end here. Maybe.
Can you guess which one is true? Is it the crack addict who took a bullet in the chest and miraculously coughed up the slug?
What?
The businessman who wakes up from a one-night stand in Rio, robbed of a kidney?
Yeah, it happens.
Or is it the one about the driver who's gunned down by a gang for flashing his headlights at their car?
That one.
Can you separate truth from fiction?
I don't
All
know.
will be revealed at the end of the show.
Let's go.
First up, coughing up bullets. In 1994, East Chicago resident Kim Ivory was firmly on the wrong side of the tracks.
I was drug addicted, and I had been for years.
Kim was smoking $300 of crack a day and was seriously hooked.
That craving came, that possession rose up in me, and I decided that I was going to over to Hammond, Indiana and get some drugs.
Wow.
Saturday, 19th of February, 9:15, Kim went to get his next hit of crack.
Yeah, my shit, man.
You got shot.
$500 from last time.
Reenactment, they call this.
A dispute
Reenactment.
came up about the money.
You owe me over $500. No, I'm good for
What?
it now. You know I'll pay for it.
Give my money.
F you, man.
Screw you.
Yeah.
I stuck my hand inside of my coat to see, what it was, and I pulled my hand back out, and it was full of blood.
I mean, you should have gun yourself, dog.
He managed to drive a short distance from the scene before passing out.
Oh, he pulled over.
Kim woke up in the hospital. He'd been shot at close range in the chest with a .38. He was lucky to be alive.
Wow.
The slug had passed through his thorax, hitting both his lungs.
Oh!
Not only that, but it had stopped short of his spine by less than an inch.
Wow,
His
he got
doctors had
lucky.
refused to remove it for fear of
Super
crippling
lucky.
him. Kim Ivory resigned himself to having a .38 caliber slug in his chest for the rest of his life.
Hey, it's
Even
alright.
if it meant setting off airport metal detectors whenever he traveled. But this
just tell him.
was just the start of Kim's
You
strange
tell him,
story.
bring an x-ray.
Kim was from a good family. While he worshipped crack, his big sister Cynthia was worshipping Jesus.
Cynthia's sexy. I'm sorry.
Just call on
Sorry.
Jesus. Call on Jesus. I say, and he'll help you.
There you go, girl. Yeah.
Cynthia decided it was time that Kim saw the light. And with a .38 slug in his chest, who was he to argue with his big sister? So, just 15 days after the shooting, Kim walked arm in arm with Cynthia into the Faith Temple Church of God in Christ in Chicago.
And my sister said, "You gonna let the evangelist pray for you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure." And he pointed his finger at me.
Now, I hadn't told this man nothing about my brother. Not a word. He said, you know why that happened to you? He said, God is trying to get your attention.
And he
Right.
began to pray. He said, in the name of Jesus, Satan, I command you to loose this man and set him free. And he said, I changed this water from natural to spiritual. And he handed me
Drink
the
it.
water and told me to
Drink it.
And I began to drink the water.
I would have. Hell yeah,
The
clear
holy
my
water
thoughts.
turned out to be refreshment for the soul, and Kim swapped crack for Christ in an instant.
Do you feel the healing power within you? Praise the Lord.
And he said, go on home. And as I began to walk away, he said, but come back tonight. I'm going to allow you to hear your testimony. How Jesus saved your life.
Nice.
We went back home and I asked him, I said, you want to go to church tonight? And he
Yeah.
said, yeah. He said, if that devil didn't kill me then, he ain't going to get me now.
Oh, man, that's good.
But before Kim could go back to church, a miracle came to him in the bathroom
What?
of his sister's house.
As I was in the bathroom preparing to go back for the night service, and I just felt a little tickle in my throat, and I just wanted to clear my throat.
He
a
had
little.
chains around his neck.
I bent over, and
Those chains around his neck remind me of what's that one store and I seen him. Oh, I can't remember. It's the fake ass Gucci chains, you know. Yeah, it ain't real chains at all. They're probably not even silver.
I coughed
stainless steel.
again. But this time I felt something hit me in the front of my mouth, and I didn't know what it was. I began to ease my hand open. I saw that bullet looking at me.
Oh hell no! If you cough up a bullet, bro, what would you do? Oh hell no! I would be praising God for the rest of my life. I'd be sitting there front row every single. Oh my God, no! You cough up the bullet that shot. Hell no! That is wild.
Jesus had performed a miracle,
That is
and
wild.
that was the beginning of a
That
new
is super
life.
wild.
Kim Ivory claims the bullet,
Oh
which was
my
meant
God.
to kill him, lodged itself harmlessly in his chest,
Right?
and he, with a gulp of holy water, divine intervention,
Right.
and a whole lot of faith, was able to cough it out. Can a man really cough up a bullet after
I
being
don't know.
shot in the chest? We put that question to Dr. Brian Goldman.
My take on this is
Let's
that
see.
it's almost a physical impossibility. If this
Oh,
guy
okay.
coughed up a bullet fragment, it means that the bullet was somehow in his air passages, his bronchioles. That means that the bullet
So this is a lie, to be honest. As he's saying it right now, it's a lie.
which was in his spine, well behind the lungs, well behind the bronchi, would have to make a hell of a trip. The idea that a bullet fragment could traverse this particular route would be next
So it's a
to
lie. A lie. Yeah, okay,
Urban
we got
legend
it.
or truth? Can a
Urban
man
legend.
really take a bullet in the chest at close range and survive?
Urban
And
legend,
then
I
cough
guess.
up the bullet? What do you think?
No.
The answer's coming at the end of the show.
Urban legends. This is the way a
Lord has
doctor's
worked a
talking
miracle
about
here
it.
today. Praise the
Urban
Lord.
legend.
We've got two more stories to
Sorry, yes. Urban legend. Just the way a doctor was talking about last. Urban legend. Not true.
come. But before that, sink your teeth into this mini myth.
Mini myth.
Mini myth number 202.
How about one?
The Choking Doberman. Quebec, 1978. A family returned home from a day
Quebec?
out and released their pet
Yeah,
Doberman
sounds like
from the
Canada.
basement. The dog was coughing and hacking, clearly in pain. They rushed him to the vet, who took an x-ray, then returned with the verdict. There, clearly lodged in the dog's esophagus, were 2 human fingers. When the
Oh!
horrified family returned home that night, they checked the basement to find a burglar, dead in the corner from shock and massive bleeding, missing
Wow.
2 fingers. Is
Wow.
that true?
False.
It's false. This urban legend first surfaced in 1981 and has been doing the rounds
Okay.
ever since.
Wow, I didn't know.
We've got 3 stories on urban legends. Only one is true. Is it the man who coughed up a bullet after being
No,
shot
it's a
in a
false.
drug deal?
False.
Or is it the tale of a German businessman who was a victim of kidney
Oh,
napping.
this one may
We'll
be,
let you know at the end
this
of the
might
show.
be true.
Meet Klaus Tauber, a traveling
Well.
salesman from Munich, Germany, who in May 1997 had a business trip to Rio he'd never forget.
Somebody stole my kidney.
Right.
Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Over 4 million tourists flock to the South American hotspot every year to soak up the culture. Visitors seldom stray far from the beaches because Rio is home to some of the world's most vicious gangs, responsible for over 4,000 murders a year and thousands
Wow.
of kidnapping, robbery, and extortion cases. And there's a new area of criminal enterprise that's caught one of Rio's hardened cops by surprise. Meet Detective Jose Conde of Rio's 12th Precinct.
Now they have another issue: trafficking human organs.
In Brazil, there's a black market for everything, including
Wow.
human body organs.
Jesus Christ.
Last year, over
You hear
400
that?
kidneys were bought and sold on the black market.
Man, we don't hear this.
Most were taken unwillingly from poor slum dwellers. Kidney thefts were largely unreported outside of Brazil. But then in May 1997, Klaus Tauber visited Rio.
I've been sent to South America, to Brazil. I work for an electronic parts company and sell electronic parts. And I stay in Rio in a really pretty place, Gavea. But this night I feel a little bored.
Rio's exotic nightlife would lead him right into the lair of the kidney thief.
The problem is that here in Gávea, there's just a
Where?
half mile up to here into Rocinha. Rocinha is a bad place to be after dark. Even worse for a policeman to be after dark.
Okay.
I leave my hotel and go up the hill. I see or hear loud music.
If you see something like that going on in your background, hold on.
My hotel and go up the hill.
If I see something like that, man, I will be standing. I'll be standing in line. Like, come see me, and I would take you back to my place. I'll show you a good time.
I see or hear loud music, so I decide, oh, there's a discotheque. So I decide I go in.
Klaus's search for a good time led him here.
Uh-oh.
Straight away I go to the bar, looked around. Funky place.
Damn.
Beautiful girls, you know, Brazilians.
Yo, watch what you drink.
Then one woman come to me.
Yeah.
Very pretty. You know, and I'm a married man, but we talk. Only talk. Then I drank
Damn, there you
a
go.
couple more.
Bro, I would just, like, rub against her like that. I'd be done. Come my pants, I don't care. And, yeah, I'd be walking out.
And
You
then
stood
she
around.
decides, okay, I take it from the bar and bring it to me.
No!
Klaus
Look at
had
that.
fallen into an elaborate
Do you see that?
Bring it to me.
Watch. Something falls from the side to the bottom. You see that? Right here where it fell right down? Something fell right down. Watch.
I take it from the bar and bring it to
Watch.
me.
Ready? Something fell from. Look. You see here? Look over here. Something fell from the side down. Ready? You see
Klaus had
that?
fallen into an elaborate
See
entrapment
that?
scam.
Yeah. A drug.
He
Yeah.
didn't know that his last drink was a concoction that delivered a knockout
Right.
punch.
It showed it again, to be honest.
Klaus had fallen into an elaborate entrapment scam.
Boom.
He didn't know that his last drink was a concoction that delivered a knockout punch. Drugged and deluded,
Klaus
Klaus was
drink
about
it.
to become the first foreign victim of Rio's kidney trade.
No.
Meet British doctor and kidney expert Matthew Hollins of the All Souls Hospital, Liverpool.
You'd be surprised how easy it might be to take a man's kidney.
Right? But dude in a club. It's wild. Yet the girl has to be strong enough to carry him out. Me, you ain't carrying my big ass. And I'm up, what, 350, 360? Yeah, you're not lifting my big ass up. Trust me.
The conventional operation involves cutting the skin from the back here, around just under the 12th rib, quite a large incision coming round to the front, and then that enables you to get access to the back of the patient and remove the kidney. Provided you have an operating theatre, an anaesthetist, a skilled nurse, and time, you can remove a kidney safely and efficiently. This is the sort of thing that's done on battlefield operation theatres.
No, stop.
all the
I want to
time
see that.
in difficult situations.
The next day, I wake up and I feel pain. Here on
That's
the
your
left
fault,
side.
dude.
Freezing cold?
First of all, that's your own fault. You fall asleep around some women. You dummy. Unless they blowing you or gave some like little puta action. Yeah, you're stupid to fall asleep around women. Means you're gay and you got targeted.
Blood everywhere.
He didn't know it yet, but Klaus was missing his left kidney.
One
I wanna hear
operation they
this.
can make $10,000. $10,000 is a lot of money.
Okay. So this video gets passed on my Rumble channel. Okay, we're gonna get real into this because I want to react to the next couple. I want to see where the pencil goes in the nose. I've been trying to find out for years since it came out. But please don't take this off. Rumble.
In city of Rio de Janeiro.
The thieves were not, however, entirely without mercy. Klaus had been left in a bath of ice that
He's
slowed
good.
down his
He's
blood
good.
loss.
That wasn't real blood.
They had also left behind
It's
a
not real
fully
blood.
charged cell phone and the number for the local Rio emergency services. Although they commit brutal crimes, the thieves prefer to leave their victims alive. In Rio, kidney theft carries a maximum of 7 years, whereas murder is punished by death.
The gangs think, oh, he has so much, and he doesn't need the both kidneys anyway. We can leave it to him with just one. No problem, let's take it. That's what they think.
Klaus then attempted to use the cell phone to call for emergency medical help. He passed out, but officials were able to trace the
Damn.
call and help soon arrived. Klaus woke up 2 days later in the hospital.
Then comes the doctor to me and say, my left kidney is gone. Somebody stole my kidney. Then it's really a big shock for me. Money, okay, and mobile phones, but not the kidney.
10 years later, Klaus lives on without his left kidney, and to this day, he still doesn't know where it went. He hasn't left Europe since. So is there a thriving trade in body parts in Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah.
And was Klaus
Maybe.
Tauber really a victim of kidney theft?
Nah.
You'll find out at the end of the show. In the meantime,
Man, this is a wild show. Please don't take it off you, Rumble. This is wild.
see if you can guess correctly on this mini-myth. Mini-myth number 67. The digit deception. In March 2005, Ana Ayala of Las Vegas claimed she'd bitten into a disgusting morsel in a bowl of fast food chili, a 1-inch long segment of human finger. She tried to sue the company for massive compensation until it was proven that Anna had dropped the finger into the chili herself. The detached digit belonged to her husband's colleague, who had sold it to her for $50. after losing it in an accident. But was the digit deception for real? Well, yes it is. In January 2006, Anna was sentenced to 9 years in prison for conspiring to make a false claim and attempted grand theft. We have 3 stories for you in Urban Legends. We've seen the man who coughed out a bullet and the salesman whose kidney was stolen in South America. But are these stories bona fide or bogus? Don't decide until you've watched our 3rd criminal caper. This is the story of innocent motorists who are gunned down by gangs for flashing their headlights. In June 1998, the Los Angeles Police Department issued the following warning.
This is a public service announcement. Drivers are warned to beware of any vehicle driving without their headlights at night. If you see a car with no lights, do not flash them.
Why is that? You know what? I don't want to know, to be honest. Sounds like some type of murderous shit. Oh, don't flash your headlights at nighttime. You know what?
Occupants are considered armed and extremely dangerous.
Bet.
If you see a car with no lights, call 911 immediately.
The notice was posted throughout Los Angeles, but after 2 months, the shooting stopped just as quickly as they had started. This is the story. Meet Tyrell Simpson, 26 years old, LA gang leader. At least he used to be. Meet Kenyon Hurd. Kenyon idolized Tyrell and was desperate to become a fully fledged member of his gang.
A gang?
I ran with the juniors. We looked up to the bigger guys. You know, we were the little guys. You know, Tyrell used to call us his little soldiers.
Kenyon
knew that in order to move up the ranks from little soldier, there was a price to pay.
To become a full member, you had to pass initiation.
LAPD officer and gang crime specialist Gaspar Areza trails the mean streets of LA and deals with gangs firsthand. He knows their history.
Traditionally, an African-American gang that stemmed from the 40s and 50s.
By the 90s, this gang grew into a well-established outfit with its own rules and rites of passage.
They perform these initiations into these gangs. A junior member who's not yet full-fledged will chase down any car that has given them a courtesy light to tell them that their headlamps are off and unleash the full magazine into that car.
Hey, nothing wrong with that,
Desperate to be part of their crew, Kenyon would do just about anything to join them.
This is how it's going down. You drive your car, no lights on. Now the first person you see flash their lights at you, follow them, all right? Name of the game is flash and blast.
The people who are shot down in these vehicles are usually anonymous people. They have nothing to do with gangs at all. They're just the first people that happen to give them a courtesy flash.
So Kenyon knew what he had to do, and he set out that day, determined to kill.
I knew I had to do it. You know, everybody knew if you didn't kill to prove your loyalty to Tyrell, then he was gonna kill you. I remember like it was yesterday. I came out fresh. I had everything on brand new. Even my underwear was brand new. I even had a new gun for the day. You know, came out, met up with my homeboys. You know, we hit the strip, drinking, smoking. 10 p.m. sharp. Wow, when I slap off my headlights. Somebody flashed me. I U-turned, wheeled up behind them, and man, the speed I was coming, they knew they was in trouble. All I could see was silhouettes, so I just aimed and squeezed. Bang, 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 click, click, click. I just drove off, man. I was elated. I'm here, you know what I mean?
Kenyon had made his first kill. He was now a full-fledged gang member. Tyrell would be proud of his little soldier, except Tyrell was dead. Tyrell was the driver who had flashed Kenyon. He was now lying dead in a pool of blood, 3 bullets in his chest. In a bizarre twist of fate, Tyrell had been out in the hood looking for his new recruit. Everyone knew Tyrell's car, a white Lincoln Continental. But that day, the Lincoln was in the repair shop and Tyrell was in another car. When Tyrell flashed at Kenyon to pull over, Kenyon didn't recognize his boss in such a small car.
If I didn't carry out the orders that Terrell gave me, he would have killed me. That's deep.
Only 17 years old, Kenyon had committed the crime as a juvenile, and after serving 7 years in Mira Loma Detention Center, he was released on parole in September 2005. But is this story true? While you ponder the answer to that question, see if you can sleuth out the answer to this mini-myth. Mini-myth number 112, the murder that never was. In 2003, Ruben Dario Oviedo, from Tucumán, Argentina, was arrested for the murder of his brother-in-law, identified as one Pedro Roldan. Oviedo maintained his innocence but was found guilty by a local judge. But soon afterwards, supposed victim Mr. Roldan was spotted alive in Tucumán by Ruben's niece. She thought she'd seen
Well, you know what? It's happened.
a ghost, but it was her father, Pedro Roldan, alive, walking the streets. So was that story false, or did you
False.
resurrect the truth?
False. Very false.
Did someone really get sent to jail for the murder of a man who was still alive?
Didn't bite me.
Yes, he certainly
Very first
did.
story is
And after serving 18 months for a crime he didn't commit, Ruben was freed.
wow. What the fuck?
We've shown you 3 tales from the Twilight world, where fact meets fiction. Have you been able to tell the difference? To sort out wrong
All right. Hold on.
meets fiction.
Which one do you think is right? True. This guy that coughed up a bullet? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I can't tell. This one here lost a kidney? Might be true. Might be true. But this one here just shot at random people. I say this guy coughed up a bullet. Let's see.
Have you been able to tell the
Let's see.
difference? To sort
Let's
out
see.
wrong from
Let's
right?
see. Let's see.
It's time to reveal which of our 3 stories is true.
Right?
Is it
Come
Klaus
on.
Tauber and his missing kidney?
Nah, false.
Nonsense.
Thank you.
Random back alley kidney stealing just won't work.
Cough
The
up a
tissue and
bullet.
blood types of the donor and
Cough up a
recipient
bullet.
must be carefully matched. You can't just grab a tourist, steal a kidney, and hope to find a buyer.
Cough up a bullet. Come on.
And what about Kenyon and his car flash killing? Sorry,
False.
but it's not true.
So I was right.
This particular tale
Cough
has been
up a
set
bullet.
in many parts of the world where gangs
Coughing up
exist.
a bullet.
The U.S., Canada, and
What
even
the
Europe.
fuck?
The story starts by some form of an announcement, then it spreads like wildfire by word of
Wow.
mouth and email, telling people to beware.
Come on.
However, there's never been a single verified story anywhere of such a gang initiation ritual. So feel free to flash your headlights as a courtesy without
Oh,
dire
this.
consequences.
Right here.
So that means that Kim Ivory really did take a bullet in the chest, which lodged
Damn.
itself next to his spine.
Damn.
He really did drink holy water and mend his
Coughed
ways.
it up.
And he really did cough up that 38 slug.
God damn.
Amazing and true.
The Lord has worked a miracle here today.
And that was the beginning of a new life.
That's all for this time on Earth.
Ooh. Creepy ass shit. Anyways, that is Urban Legends Season 1, Episode 1. No title. I'm not going to put a title on that. I'm just going to leave it like that. Yeah, if y'all like that, please have a follow button. Hit thumbs up. Why not leave a comment? Or not, take care for now.